Hello, welcome back. I'm Statman Dave. Today we're going to be looking at is Darwin Núñez the perfect striker for Erik Ten Hag's Manchester United? Get in the comments below, is Nunez the guy or who else do you want to sign? Check out SofaScore link in the description below. Anyway, it's time to dive in. So over the weekend, Manchester United, according to the MEN, extremely close to signing Darwin Núñez. The Benfica striker has been on the radar of a number of clubs this summer. The Benfica centre-forward, 22 years old, has scored 34 goals for the Portuguese outfit this season. Scored against Liverpool twice in the Champions League. But today we're going to be going through Darwin Núñez and working out whether he is the right signing for Erik Ten Hag's Manchester United. So let's take a look at Darwin Núñez, his statistical profile. We'll have a little chat about what he's done there and whether he'd be, the right player for United. So I think one of the big things that Man United have got to solve in the summer is getting a backup number 9 in there. Obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo, according to reports, will still be at United next season. Will play probably as a number 9, but maybe we could also see him playing wide left, maybe a little bit like a Tadic type move for Erik Ten Hag. But a new number 9 to kind of compete with Ronaldo, to play, the Europa League games or play the Cup games, but also look to, facilitate performances in the Premier League as well, I think is very, very important. Darwin Núñez, in terms of what type of player he is, he's very much a pressing forward or an advanced forward. A forward that's going to not only put pressure on the back line when the opponents have got the ball, but one of the things that he really likes to do is spinning in behind into the channel from centre to left, or starting left and making that run in behind the defence. Does like the right hand side, but definitely prefers the left in terms of his movement, spinning in behind. I think one of his best and biggest attributes is his pace. Super fast forward, which again, transitionally for Manchester United, when they're looking to counter-attack, when defending, balls into the channels, balls over the top of defences, for Darwin Núñez to spin in behind, or alternatively Nunez drifting left to allow teammates to maybe make that inside movement to be found. Very, very important. But the pace is one of his biggest attributes. In the Champions League this season, Darwin Núñez reached a top speed of 36.5 kilometres per hour, faster than the likes of Salah, Kyle Walker, Sane, Vinicius Jr., and also matched Alphonso Davies as the fastest player in the Champions League at that 36.5 kilometres per hour. So number 1, I think one of his, one of the biggest things for him, best attribute, is his pace in behind, which can cause a lot of defences problems. The second big point, I think, you look at Darwin Núñez, is his sort of stature at 6'2", fairly well built and has got good stamina levels. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive with back to goal, considering how big his frame is. Those balls into feet, his control needs to be better, but also needs to be able to back into opponents and receive and drag them over in different areas. I think from a technical perspective, how Erik Ten Hag's teams do like to play, we know that they've got wingers, that they'll have, 2 players in the inside channel, but he likes the centre forward to drop off the lines. I think one big thing that would need to be resolved, in a sense, would be Darwin Núñez into feet. When he's got pressure on his back, being strong enough to do that, because he's got the frame well built, he can do that and allow, to link with his teammates and then get himself into the penalty area. I think one of the interesting sides with Darwin Núñez is his, the frequency that he takes up this kind of wide left or wide rolls in behind defences. He created 2 big chances against Liverpool from that position, driving to the byline and then getting the ball across, which does actually make me think, could Darwin Núñez play left wing for Manchester United under Erik Ten Hag with Ronaldo in the team? And I think that could be yes. One of the big things, he does love those blindside runs in behind defences, which again is a stylistic thing that Erik Ten Hag's sides like to do. Also with Erik Ten Hag's teams, we do see underlaps, but we also see the number 10s making overlaps, which would narrow up Darwin Núñez, and we know that he's got a preference from shooting from outside the box to the far corner, which again could be good. But in terms of the Premier League side of things, Premier League defenders are very physical in terms of the centre-back position, but fullbacks are starting to become a little bit more like playmakers that get on the ball a lot. And I think one of the big things, if Nunez was playing as a left winger, or he was starting inside and drifting out to the left-hand side, he would bully a number of the Premier League centre-backs. When you think in the technical ones, especially 5-headed goals in the League NOS, equating to 19% of his goals in the Portuguese league, which I think is a big strength and benefit for him. Moving on to his his football in terms of his finishing and how he can step up and put the ball in the back of the net. I think one of the big things in terms of Darwin Núñez is he's a confident finisher. Chips, volleys, dribbling goalkeepers. And he's very, very in form at the moment. I'd say he's probably up there with Nkunku in terms of his rise and in terms of how in form he is right now. In 2020, he was playing in Spain's second tier for Almeria. 2 seasons out at Benfica, only one in the Champions League. But you're looking at his Champions League performances. He has absolutely shone for Benfica. 6 goals in 10 games, including 2 goals in 2 legs versus Liverpool. And when you look at his finishing, it does look instinctive. It looks kind of like he's born to score goals, as we say. And his conversion rate at 31.4% is up there with some of the best in Europe and in the Champions League this season. I think one of the big things that's thrown at Darwin Núñez is that first touch and his passing. I think that's something that he massively needs to improve. You look at his pass accuracy in the Champions League, it's at 56%, completing only 6 passes per game. Of course, Benfica have been more of a counter-attacking team in the Champions League this season, but that's something that Erik Ten Hag will have to change. You compare that to, let's say, his Ajax team, and let's say Sebastian Haller, his number 9 in the Champions League. The frequency of passes is a lot higher, with 17.2 per game, and again at a higher accuracy at 79%. Darwin Núñez is going to see a lot more passes into his feet, and I think that's definitely something that needs to be more consistent. But it's not just that first touch and the ability to bring the ball down. It's that aggression that he can and he needs. He has that in terms of his pressing, but just needs to be a little bit more aggressive with his back to goal. I think his current improvement rate, though, in terms of what we've seen from Darwin Núñez going from Almeria in the Spanish second division, scoring 16 goals in 30 games, to, let's say, this season in the Portuguese league, has been big. It's been a drastic improvement in his finishing and his confidence in terms of where he plays and so forth. So I think for Manchester United would be a good signing. Would I say it'd be the number 1 that I'd go for right now? No, but could it work how we got it on screen now? Darwin Núñez wide left, maybe Jadon Sancho wide right, Fred and Bruno in midfield, Dalot inverted, a new number 6, maybe some new centre-backs in there as well. Does that work? Absolutely. So I think would be a good fit for Manchester United and could play that first season at Old Trafford from the left wing as a winger versus actually playing as a number 9 through the middle, where we can, you can see his movement off the ball, bullying those centre-halves and so forth. There is work to be done with Darwin Núñez, but Erik Ten Hag is one of the best coaches in European football, so for me, would make a lot of sense. Thanks for watching, guys. Get into the comments below. Who is the perfect striker for Erik Ten Hag's Manchester United? Is it Ronaldo? Is it Rashford? Is it Bruno Fernandes? Or is it Darwin Núñez? GG's. We'll see you soon.